Paulie Malanagi, you're here at the Hatton press conference. Good to see you over in the UK again. Just tell us why you're over here.
Come and check out Ricky Hatton. Doing some work with Prime Time as well. I want to see how Ricky looks. You never know in the future what happens. Pulling from it for sure.
You've shared a ring with both men. You beat Zinchenko for the WBA title. You've also fought Ricky Hatton over here. How do you compare the two, and how do you see this fight going?
Very different styles. They have levels of success fighting their own fight, but very polar opposites in a lot of ways. He had success muscling you around, being physical, taking away the pace from you. You know, he did these things. Zinchenko was more of a guy who likes to control the pace with his jab and take his time and try to box you. So it'll be interesting to see because their styles, their strengths, this is kind of mesh into each other. So it's got the potential to be a good fight, but you know, we'll see how it plays out. The thing that stands out the most, Zinchenko never seemed to be really mentally strong to me. If Ricky can take advantage of that, make him doubt himself more, I think he can take that to the road to victory.
You've obviously fought over here in Manchester. You fought at the stadium where there was 50,000 fans, I think. Yeah. So you know exactly what it's like to fight in the Lions Den against Ricky Hatton. Do you think that will affect Zinchenko, and do you think that that's underplayed maybe how much of an effect that can have?
Yeah, I think it can affect him a lot. The experience I had with Zinchenko, he wasn't mentally very strong. You know, he was mentally the kind of guy where physically he was good, but mentally he didn't seem to have a lot of self-belief. And so if you don't have a lot of self-belief and you come into Manchester to fight Ricky Hatton, I don't think it's too many more difficult places to fight than fighting Ricky Hatton in Manchester. You know, it's a difficult place to fight. He's a difficult opponent. I definitely think some of that can play into it. I mean, it's up to Zinchenko really how much it plays into it. Mentally, he can only control his emotions or not control them. Yeah, it's up to him really, you know. Because from a physical perspective, the fight is a good fight. You got a good boxer who's tall and rangy against a guy who's short but a bull-like guy in Ricky Hatton. But if mentally someone has a big advantage, it's Ricky.
He's been out of the ring for 3 years, so we don't really know how much he's got left. I mean, or he might be in tremendous shape. He looks in good shape. Do you think the 3 years, I mean, given that he maybe didn't live as well as he could for the first couple of years there, do you think those years out of the ring can really take a toll on the fight?
Time off is never good for a boxer, especially when you don't live well, it's even worse. But Ricky also had a style that was very physical, very demanding on himself. He took a lot of punishment even in fights he won. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's probably in some ways a positive thing that he was away, because had he been fighting for the last 3 years instead of not fighting for the last 3 years, he probably would be done by now. You know, it probably would have taken its toll on him because he was a guy who was always physically in a physically taxing kind of fight. So from that, the way you look at it in that way, you know, maybe he's recovered his body a little bit, rejuvenated his body a little bit, mentally and physically. He's got some new motivation to overcome some certain inner demons, you know. Maybe he wouldn't have that motivation had he not been away. Sometimes being away gives you that new motivation, even if it's in a negative way at first. It's turning into a positive. And so from that perspective, it can be a positive layoff, especially with a guy with his style. He's not a Floyd Mayweather where he's relying on the timing down to the centimeter. That kind of fighter, being away from the ring, can hurt him. I think Ricky can turn it into a positive. He's got a different kind of style.
You know what it's like to be written off. People were doubting whether you were up at welterweight you could take the belt off Zinchenko, but you came back and you looked probably the best you'd looked for a long time.
Yeah.
Zinchenko, fast hands, good movement. You know what it's like to have that pressure off you, and people are saying, oh, you know, maybe don't expect too much. So that maybe will help Ricky in this fight, do you think?
It can help Ricky, but it can also help Zinchenko. You know, I think they have a back to the wall kind of look in both of them. You know, looking at this fight, whoever loses can go. You know, Ricky, if he loses, is a one and done comeback. If Zinchenko loses, it's 2 in a row. It's not a lot of places to go because they're both in their mid-30s. So that is kind of a new wrinkle in the whole fight. It makes that all the more exciting. It's 2 guys really that backs the wall if they want to continue their boxing careers.
Let's just talk a little bit about you and your career. You're up at welterweight, you're world champion now. You're carrying an injury that you're waiting to heal, but who's on your radar for fights? I mean, given that you fought in Hatton, Cotto, you're not afraid to take on big fights?
No, you know, it's we haven't really thought about it too much because I'm healing from the injury, and I'm not scheduled to fight probably until next spring anyway. But right now I'm just taking it in. The good thing about being a welterweight in the year 2012 and 2013 is there's a lot of top fighters, a lot of big fights, a lot of good money fights, you know. So I'm glad to be in the mix. I feel fortunate and blessed to be in the mix. I think if Hatton looks good and wins, it's definitely a possibility as well as some other fighters. The welterweight division is stacked with talent, so whoever it winds up being, I'm sure it'll be a good fight.
Paulie, you created a great fan base when you came over here last time. We'd love to see you over here again. If Ricky wins this fight, is that a fight that could potentially happen?
Yeah, you know, again, if Ricky's he's definitely one of the possibilities that could happen next. I would prefer it in New York as the champion, and maybe we'll do the third fight in the UK.